The 2016 election cycle boils down to bad entertainment by Randy A. Wright, Esquire. This last week brought about some rather interesting developments. Donald J. Trump has shaken up his campaign by ousting Paul Manafort and replacing him with Breitbart strongman Stephen Bannon. This is the third time in a relatively brief period that Trump has restructured his campaign staff. We all remember when his first rabble-rouser, Corey Lewandowski, was thrown under the bus in favor of Manafort. Now Manafort has met the same fate. This all came about in light of troubling connections between Russia and Manafort. Trump is already seen as soft on Russia, even friendly with their autocratic leader Vladimir Putin. Trump could ill afford being seen as bought off by the Russians. That is probably the reason why he decided to replace one yes man with another. Stephen K. Bannon seems like an odd choice for a campaign CEO. Unlike Manafort, Bannon has no experience with running a political campaign. With the departure of Manafort, Trump has lost his last link to the Republican Party. Bannon is a rabid populist who has taken particular delight in abusing Breitbart's influence to slander Trump's primary opponents. The Hill published a piece in which they traced his extraordinary efforts to destroy Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Bannon is as guilty as Matt Drudge for attempting to mold the facts to fit a false narrative. Indeed, he has been instrumental in forcing us into the current untenable situation we face. There can be no question that Trump has been interested in creating his own media empire. The selection of Stephen Bannon seems to corroborate this line of thought. In other words, Trump isn't running to win. Rather, he's running to build Trump News Network. Of course, the American people deserve and demand better than this. Folks, you really can't make this stuff up. It's like it's all part of some bad soap opera. Of course, bad entertainment comes naturally to the New York billionaire. After all, he was the host of The Apprentice for a long time. That said, the United States of America is not a reality TV set, and our rights hang in the balance. All this goes to show that Trump isn't serious about his prospects for the general election slated for later this November. He continues to suffer in the polls, and the selection of Bannon occurred in the hopes of rebooting his campaign's image. It's all too little too late. Bannon is part of the problem. Trump has unnecessarily divided the base of the GOP, and he's paying the price for his scorched earth tactics and policies. With the selection of Trump as the nominee for the GOP, this election has become more of a joke than ever. Unfortunately, the consequences are far too dire for us to laugh about it. Is this how freedom dies in America? Do we lose it in exchange for bread and circuses? Et tu, Trumpe? Beware the 8th of November, for many souls shall be unpleasantly surprised by the outcome of this election.